Admit, admit, everybody's coming in. Where's everybody? Da, da, da. Connecting to audio.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Okay, wait, Rachel, I'm going to unmute you.
Oh.
I unmuted everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Here.
Oh, look at all these beautiful ladies.
I was so lucky. 10 a.m. was right now for me. I mean, I thought on the Facebook group it says, 2 p.m., this p.m., and I noticed, it's 10 a.m. for me. Wow. Thank you so much.
Absolutely amazing. And I'm so happy that you're here. And so as you guys know, the clock is ticking. I'm going to pour the hot water in my tea and bring it over here, but I can hear everybody. So can we start just really quick with introducing ourselves to everybody? Just quickly, like our name and where we're at.
Okay.
Geographically, and if you want to say where you're at spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, you can do that too, okay? But let's just try to keep it to like one sentence. It's a challenge, I know. Let me get my tea. Whoever wants to start, go for it.
Challenges.
Okay, well, I know what to say, so I'll start. My name is Isabel. I live in Los Angeles. I'm from Oakland, California, and right now I'm feeling right in between a big loss, big trauma, a lot of grief, and also healing and growth. So right in the middle.
Hi, Isabel. I'm Rocky. How are you? I'm from Chicago, and right now I am feeling a little frenzied because I'm doing a bunch of different things. But yeah, that's it. I'm just excited to take a few minutes to step outside of myself and relax.
That sounds great.
You guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel, and I'm also from Chicago. I'm currently in Indianapolis. And can you hear me okay? Is the video okay? And I'm feeling some like pretty cool regeneration happening for myself right now. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. I'm excited to practice with you all or whatever we do.
This is so beautiful and amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Oh my God. This is so exciting because I was just going to meditate all by myself, It's so much better to do it with other people.
It is.
All right.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Isabel, what's going on with the clothes?
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
I'm just teasing you.
It's pretty hot out. I live with a lot of people, so I figured the best way for me to be focused on this would be go outside.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
At least you can do it. It's freezing here.
It's freezing in Chicago?
Yep. It's like winter again. We had a frost last night. Obnoxious. Anyway.
Hi.
Indy too. So cold.
There we go. Now I'm really comfortable.
Awesome. So that's what I was just going to say is let's go ahead and get comfortable now. Let's really start to get comfortable. What is that, Rocky? What you holding over there?
Oh, I brought a rock.
You brought a rock. Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say, it's really cool to bring like living objects. So like you could have plants and rocks and this kind of stuff, and I call them living objects because they have, carbon in their structure, right? So getting away from this whole like hullabaloo, like metaphysical universe, they're living because they literally have the building blocks of life in their structure. So they are a part of, whatever sort of energetic field that you start to create when we enter into the meditation. And then they can actually retain that with you after this moment closes. So it's pretty cool. You're going to charge this living object and you can keep it with you the next time. So, okay, everybody, yeah, get comfortable. If you get your water, you know, I just really like to end meditations with collective um, hydration. I think it's like really powerful because the water as well takes your vibrational state throughout the whole encounter. But what we'll do is when we start the meditation, I will mute everybody just so that no matter what, me as the guide does not get like distracted with anything that might be happening in your respective spaces. So everybody will be muted until the end of the meditation, and you can feel free to turn off your camera as well. I'll keep it, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you know, you're all here on the thing, and I would prefer that you didn't, but I understand that if you would like to, you can, okay? And I do encourage you to close your eyes for this particular meditation. There are ones where we don't have to do that, but let's close our eyes because we're really gonna try, as Rocky said, get out of ourselves. But the trick is that we're actually just getting deeper into ourselves, right? but it feels like we're getting out of ourselves because we're not really used to getting so deep inside of ourselves. So, okay, without further ado, let's get really comfortable and relax. I do recommend we stay cross-legged with our bums in contact with the floor. And, you know, obviously if you have like bad legs or some kind of knee issue, that's not like imperative, but it's just a helpful position because it creates, it orients our whole form around our central symmetry of our body. So this is another way that we promote our, you know, our integrated selves, the two halves of ourselves. We promote them by promoting the symmetry of our body. So I'm going to mute everybody now, okay? And I'm just going to start taking us on the journey. So let's close our eyes. Beginning now to settle fully into our body, sensing our presence at the seat of our spinal column and allowing all of the energy of our extremities, our legs, our arms, from our head, all flowing downward now, calling in our presence now to rest comfortably in this seat that we are creating for our material form. And when we think about and practice calling in ourselves now, we really need to work on doing this. Let's call in our consciousness from people, from conversations, from activities, from digital profiles and presences. And our breath is actually the energy for us to do this process as we imagine and sense the trail of our presence returning back into our physical body now. As we begin breathing with this full consciousness now, we notice the wave of energized, vibrant light that we're calling in and through our body with this breath. This dynamic light filling our body now with energized affirmation of our presence. allowing our body to straighten as we integrate the presence of this awareness. Straightening our spinal column, opening our shoulders, and sensing the golden light now that is surrounding our physical form. Continuing to breathe now, we realize we're breathing with our entire bodies. Pulling in the breath through our pores. And releasing the breath. Sensing your hands now gently pressed together in the familiar mudra we see when people say namaste, bringing these palms together at the center of your chest, at your heart. Breathing into this position. Imagining now this stream of golden light energy emerging from the top of your fingertips and simultaneously the bottom of the palms of the pressed hands now. And sensing this light energy flowing around your form now. Breathing into this exercise and sensing the movement of this light as a river flowing through and out your entire form now. Gently beginning to extend this light all around you as far as you can sense in a radial fashion to cleanse your immediate space and all those living beings present in this space as well. Becoming aware of yourself as the generator of this energy and sensing the input coming from above your form, flowing into your pressed palms and simultaneously entering from below our bodies, flowing into these same pressed palms. Breathing into this awareness now. Sensing the lightness now surrounding your shoulders, your back. The lightness of your form. Allowing our breath now to feed back in to our physical bodies through the center channel. Tracing our awareness from the inside out. Our heart beating now in absolute synchronicity with the rhythm of all life. Our lungs and diaphragm working together as we breathe strong, affirmative presence in our moment now. Our bones strong in structure, protecting our most sacred aspects of this form. Our muscles imbibed with the memory of all of our hard work. And our skin gentle and free, not retaining anything external, allowing our entire bodies to breathe. Gently bringing your body into this awareness of integrated, energetic light consciousness, allowing your eyes to open in their own time and see and feel an environment around you that is changed forever. Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Hi. I'm not sure how much time we have left. Let me see where the time counter is on here.
usually it doesn't tell you.
I think it will be until 10:40, regardless of when you start.
Yeah?
Oh, is that true?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never really experimented with this aspect. I think I really will invest in Zoom Premium because, I don't really like Zoom telling me when the time is up.
Just
Sometimes
having to
sometimes
think about it is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the work as a therapist really comes in handy in this kind of a situation because there was so many external systemic time constraints And I had to be so aware of, material time, and that's in that sense. So it's not necessarily uncomfortable, but the only aspect about it is that, some people get on a little bit late, and like right now I see Shay, I don't know how long she's been waiting to get in, but she probably tried to get into the meditation just a few minutes after we started, and we already started and I didn't see her because, well, we were diving into our consciousness. So
One technical detail that might help in the future, you can enable, I think it might be an advanced setting while you're scheduling the meeting, but you can uncheck the waiting room box and people can pop in.
Pop in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And yeah, this is tricky because you know why I put the waiting room? Because I didn't want people popping in like, and
Hi everyone, I'm here.
Yeah, but I did put that everybody is muted when they get in.
Yeah, so that's probably a good idea to have that so that people can just pop in and just make sure everyone's muted.
Okay.
And they can read the room. People aren't going to unmute themselves in the middle of a meditation, which, by the way, that was very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm really happy you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it too. I'm feeling
so
really
nice.
cool.
May I share just a little bit about some stuff? Okay. So just prior to seeing your invitation or call to meditation, I had noticed that I accidentally let the gas leak on my stovetop for possibly an hour while sitting right next to it. So I didn't really feel stressed out, but I felt like that was pretty unfortunate and negative. And then the other thing I want to share is that I really liked how you said, open your eyes to a place that will never be the same. That's a really powerful thing to say, and you made me realize this is my first time sitting directly on the cement right here. I always squat. I don't like to get my butt dirty, I guess. But this place will never be the same because look how comfortable I am sitting on the ground.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I want to pass the mic. Rocky, Rachel, which one of you guys want to talk a little bit first?
I'm just relaxed. I don't know. It's just great to be relaxed, honestly. It was nice to get out of my own head in a way, Simple as that. For me, just even that small thing is great. That's feels already very different just being able to do that. So.
Wow. So you were able to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really amazing because Rocky's got
be quiet. It is amazing. It's true. Yes. Yes.
This is my sister, guys. That's why I'm being a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a very heady person, so that's why she's laughing. She's like, "Really? You were able to do that?" Yeah.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to me that you'd be related, and now you look like twins.
Yeah.
Power of suggestion.
Yeah. Give it to me, Rachel. Give it to all of us.
Well, just really quickly, I've met Rocky before.
I know.
I don't even know him. And
it's been a long time.
It has. And I love your sister vibe. I've always loved it. Even mediated by
see you, honey. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see you too. I loved the meditation. I thought the golden light was really nice. That was a really nice thing to focus on. And also this mudra was really nice. And yeah, it was great. I don't know, there's something for me about what we're doing and what we've been doing in the group that, the embodiment aspect of it is just so real. And I appreciate that a lot because I feel like a lot of the yogic practices actually aren't very embodied, or at least they're all about lighter, more subtle.
God.
But yeah, all kinds of things. No, you're right. It's all kinds of, so it just is always more and more subtle. So I actually brought with me this whole bowl of rocks that I'm gonna put outside.
Wow. Beats my one rock.
Well, yeah, they need to be clean. They didn't belong to me. They belong to someone who passed away, and
Oh,
I'm gonna
wow.
go put them in the sun.
Wow.
Aw.
It
You
just
know,
feels like I definitely, through this meditation, connected with all these like embodied forms and with you guys. You all. Thank you.
wow. So those
Thank you.
rocks, some rocks don't like sunshine, and I learned this the
Ah,
hard way, okay? And so the quartz family rocks, like the amethyst and the rose quartz and stuff, the sunshine will literally bleach their color. So
oh,
yeah, so if you've got some quartz guys in there, like smoky quartz, and quartz is a stone that you look at it, it's clear. It's like the crystal one, the classic
yeah.
crystal one. So if you see like a
That's
pink guy like that, a gray guy like that, a purple guy like that, take him out of there if you're going to put the rest of them in the sun. And I learned this the hard way. I mean, I had like, this beautiful chunk. I'll show you right now. He's still with me right now. She's still right here.
Oh, he's kind of gone. It was pink, wasn't it? Once?
Yeah.
wow.
And this is just like, a raw piece of rose quartz, and all my stones are right here from Brazil. And this one, I left it out in the sun and bleached, the heart is still pink, which is really nice.
Yeah.
You can still sense the pinkness in the heart, right? But
Mm.
but she's become pretty bleached, so she's around, but she always has her supports with her now, which is the other stone that I bleached a little bit. I'll show you guys. My
So that one's amethyst.
Yeah, so this is like part of an amethyst, and these are all raw. I like to work with the raw ones for the meditation and stuff. But if you're going to be carrying stones around on your person, it's a little bit better to have like tumbled stones, stones that are smooth and stuff like that, because that energy is a little bit more contained. So when you're like walking around outside, navigating the field and stuff like that, it's nice to have a stone that has its energy a little bit tighter. But in meditation,
Could you send us maybe like a link of like stones or things that you suggest for like future meditations, things that would be helpful for us to
yeah,
have?
yeah.
So maybe I'll have like my meditation stone, or stones that will always be around me when I'm doing that, so they can collect that energy. And another thing I wanted to ask you, I don't know if it's a gimmick or not, but have you guys seen those like rose quartz facial rollers? Have you guys seen those things? Is that just a gimmick, or is that a thing? What's the point?
I don't
No.
think it's a gimmick, but I would go with jade.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
and
what is
that's
the
the
whole
more
point of them?
traditional way. And yeah, I can't speak to the whole point exactly.
Let me
But
show you something. Hold on.
What do they do? I mean, like what? So you just kind of roll it on your face when you're chilling, or like what is the point of
so
them?
this
Stress?
is not based on what anyone has told me, because this is all based on like me wondering the same thing and thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but to me, I think of elasticity of the skin. I think of collagen. I think of like we have certain patterns our face automatically go into when our muscles contract and flex. And so by massaging, whether with human hand or stone or whatever, and some stones are extremely good for this maybe, but by moving your skin in different directions with different pressure, it has to be good.
Has to be something. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I do like this weird thing where I'll just like squeeze my face and I'll just like push into it. And no, it feels really good though. It's like a pressure. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just laughing because it's just, we just gotta
I
laugh.
made a weird face.
Yeah.
It feels good. Seriously, try it. When you're alone, just like squish your face.
I absolutely.
yeah.
I, let me talk to you guys a little bit about what you brought up. So, yes, everything that Isabel said is true. This is something it's based on an ancient Chinese beauty practice. So all of these, like, and we're going to get into this more too, because what's going on is a big awakening of like the feminine embodiment of humanity, and our practices to stay grounded and in harmony, like in our daily existence. So something like you're seeing this, like, rose quartz roller or like a jade facial roller is actually kind of an evolution on an ancient tool. And the practice is called gua sha. And it comes from ancient China. And, what these women used to do, it was with jade traditionally. And because jade was a stone, the Chinese stone basically was the healer stone of China, right? So what there's, there's actually, it's a tool, it has a specific shape, and there are actually various types of tools. And, just imagine women in ancient China, okay, would literally spend like, who knows how much time, but definitely not 15 minutes, a lot of time taking this stone and this tool, contouring their face, okay? And they would do this, like, you can Google it, see the shape of the tool. And I have one. I actually have a gua sha rose quartz tool, and it's really good. I love it.
You have to show it, get it, at least send us a picture or links or whatever.
I tried to go get it right now, but I hide everything because the kids, they find everything, and then
Sure.
and then I
Well,
have
later.
I have to
I
hide
didn't mean to
it
interrupt.
last second. But what I would say to you, Rocky, is that, yeah, you have to be careful about like where you get it from because of the
Yeah,
quality of
right.
the material. Just because of the quality of the material, because like, even if it's jade, you got to make sure that it's real jade because, there's a lot of shoddy manufacturing coming out of China right now, right? Where they're passing off like a couple of like synthetic stones as jade. They're passing off a lot of, there's a lot of piracy going on in regards to like buying any type of new agey material.
And so, may I ask, what do you think of? Because some might be real jade, but it might be, ill-gotten goods, people being exploited, mining and slavery. So that's something to consider as well.
Hell yeah, it is. And that's what I was going to say is that, so Rachel, you said that all of those stones belong to somebody who was deceased, and now all of a sudden they're like in your care. So this sounds like super hippie, super new age, but the reality is that it's fucking true. Like now you're like the mama, like guardian, cuidadora of like this little tribe of stones, and they chose you. They found you. So there is something to be said about allowing all of these types of materials to just find you, to really sort of you kind of just like vibrate that intention. Okay, I'm aware, and I'm open to like stones kind of showing up around me, and you will be surprised because they have a consciousness as well, and they would love to have somebody who holds them and who cares about them, as opposed to collecting dust and sitting in some stinky old person's cabinet. Nothing
I
against
agree.
old people, but I'm just saying, like,
And someone suggested to me like, oh, it's not good to have the stones of a deceased person because, you might like get something from them. And I kind of get that. I mean, I get that to some extent, and that's why I'm giving them a bath. And that's why I was going to put them in the sun, because I was like, I agree, from your perspective, or like from what you were just saying, maybe they're even missing that person a lot, maybe they're like sad stones. But I definitely, it's again that thing of like not denying like this embodiment, like they're here, like you said, they're in my life, and like I'm down to take care of them. I don't feel like they're bad in some way.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like a Western concept, like, oh, it's bad juju or something. Like, what?
Yeah, I was going to say, probably like if the intentions are good and your heart is good, I don't think that you have to worry about getting something from the stones, maybe, because your intentions are good to have them and to hold them, care for them. So they probably would just, change and appreciate you and appreciate being with you, as opposed to bringing you bad stuff,
Right.
Yeah. The word transmutation comes to mind.
Yeah.
I want to get into, Rachel, I want to give you some suggestions because there are many ways that we can cleanse our stones. So the thing is as like a cuidadora of the stones, you do have to clean them because they want to be cleaned. So they're in your possession now because they want you to clean the energy of the previous owner off of them. So your first instinct of putting them in the water, yes, amazing, wonderful, because the water, like you said, Isabel, is transmuting the initial auric, presence of that person. So that water that you've got those stones in right now, Rachel, you're going to want to throw that directly into the earth. Try not to get like contact with the water, just because, just let it go into the earth. And the best way to clean a deceased person's stones is, guess what? To bury them.
Bury them.
Yes. So you got to make a little hole. You got to make a little hole, and you just got to pile them in the earth, and then put some like clean earth on there, and just let them chill in there, because the earth is going to transmute all of that living energy that's still on them and clean them and allow them to feel like babies, like in the womb again. So they're like fresh,
Cool.
stony guys.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know?
Then you dig them up, huh?
And then you dig them up. Yeah, I mean, I would really do it at, like, you know, for at least 24 hours. At least 24 hours, leave them buried in there, because the more lighter ways to cleanse stones are just because maybe you led a meditation with a stone. So like, for example, right, after this meditation, I'm going to clean these stones, but it was a light meditation. So I'm just going to use sound, and I'm going to use some smoke, you know, and I'm going to allow the smoke to clean around the area of the stone, and I'm going to let the sound recharge them a little bit, right? But your situation is a little more intense, so I think that, you know, the method of literally submerging them back into the earth is going to be the most effective way to make sure that, you know, you don't have any issues at all, you know.
Nice. Thanks. That's
Cool.
perfect advice. Thank you. Yeah.
Rocky,
Andrew, can you send us links though for the stones and stuff?
yes. So you guys have the interest on the stones.
I do, because you even told me that I should be getting something before.
I was going to ask real quick, you were mentioning ancient Chinese, and I know that a lot of cultures used the, I don't know what's another better thing to call, but yoni egg. Did the ancient Chinese have that as well?
Yeah, hold on, let me show you guys something. So I have to stop saying guys. It's like no, not.
It's Chicago.
So not enlightened.
I'm gay.
I think it's
I'm
fine.
gay. Fine.
Yeah,
We're
I
gay.
do it too.
So here are my yonis that they're very
That one's
large.
big.
Yeah, these are yonis that helped me heal from my pregnancy, from postpartum stuff. So you know, you can get smaller ones, but you know, the smaller ones are actually for the people who are more advanced and who actually have that uterine muscle like really tight and really built up. Because if you put a tiny little yoni egg up there, it's just gonna fall right out. Like you'll see that, because it's a stone. So like you stand up, it's just like boop.
Yeah, I received one about a year ago, and it's supposedly sort of medium size. You know, it's not tiny, but it's only about this big. It's an amethyst, and I really like it. And I noticed I can wear it almost all day, but as soon as it's late evening, I guess I'm tired, it starts falling out over and over again. So at that point is when I just take it out for the evening.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question though, about the practice of yoni eggs and if I think it was happening in ancient China, my answer is absolutely yes, because the practice of the yoni eggs comes from something like intuitive just to the female form. It's like, you know, anybody who has like a womb and who's working with stones, you know, like, and we have like a channel, you know, I mean, you put stuff, things come out, but you know, there's like an innate drive to put things in there, you know, and so the thing is, you know, we were working with stones in this ancient context, and, you know, it is, you know, women were way more comfortable spending more time in the company of each other back then than we are right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we used to do a lot of our things together. One of those things was to bleed together, right? We used to like congregate when everybody would be in that moment, and that would be like our super strong like sisterhood, like priestess moment where we're all like bleeding on the earth together, you know, we're lighting fires, like we're all just, you know, just doing our stuff, and this is like kind of our really strong sort of moment to get our visions for the collective and bring that back, you know, when we're all done, and we're more united and we're stronger. And so all this stuff, it's like it's all coming back to the surface because it is sort of the moment for women to like kind of have a re-rise, and you know, the matriarchal societies and remembering all this kind of stuff, and us remembering our power because we've been you know, abused and all this kind of stuff by the systems for long enough. We're all pretty much over it. And yeah, the practice of the yoni egg is really empowering. It's really empowering because it's not necessarily just a sexualized context. I mean, it's about taking that energy, you know, the kundalinic energy of women being able to be sensual and like enjoy that, but not have to use that as a means for sex or to attract. It's like we learn how to be in our own sensuality just for each other, for ourselves and for each other, because that is the essence to be feminine. Like we were gifted with that ability in this form of the woman, you know. That was like kind of our present. Like we earned it, you know. We're the sexy ones, you know.
So you're gonna hate me again, but can you send a link on a good one you recommend?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, one amazing thing.
I mean, if I'm gonna get them, I'd rather have them recommended, you know, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I'm actually working on writing stuff too, you know, finally.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
could you also about your next meeting and stuff? Could you send us like links to all that? I'd like to share.
Follow up, right?
I definitely, because I know your group is closed for Mother Earth. Like that's a very closed group. But is there just like a general? Are you still doing your Anva page? Like, can I share that with people? Maybe you could post your meditations on there, at least the sort of pay-per-view ones. Like, because I'd like to start sharing these with friends, and I don't know that they're necessarily to be a part of the Mother Earth group right away if you don't want that. But if there's more of a general kind of open one, I think that I would like to share.
I would love for you to start inviting people to the Children of Earth group, actually, because that
Oh,
would,
really? Okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would love for us to start really putting as much energy in there as possible, and then from there get more specific things. So if we want to have like a women's group, you know, where we are actually just talking about literally things that have to do with like womb stuff.
What about dudes?
Menstrual cycles. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, so like from the Children of Mama Earth group, we can start to get more specific. So like, I want that to be sort of the mama, and then we can have the sort of offshoots from that group.
So a more feminine offshoot, perhaps.
Should I not invite dudes to the Mama Earth one then, or should I? No, because there are dudes on there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're sort of just making this more into a feminine conversation because, I mean, we're all, yeah, we're all there. We're all
right. Because I want to share that. When and do you plan on doing these weekly or bi?
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you guys. Do you feel like you would be comfortable to make this next Saturday?
I would personally. I think every 2 weeks would be better for me, but I could do it. But I mean, obviously, don't just base that on me. You know.
Yeah, I say do it weekly, and then whoever joins will join. I mean, it's a good interval, I think. Yeah. Every 2 weeks, I would say, which week is it? I don't know.
I agree with Isabel about people joining when they can. And then I guess the only other thing is about the time of it. I think this time is good for me. And well, it is for everyone on this video, I think. So we were talking about earlier. But yeah, just to have it like set so we know when it is.
Yeah, I'd love to do like some morning ones sometimes. It would be nice to start out the day with this at some time.
Morning
is
that would be really, really
It'll be
good
my
to
3 a.m. I'll be there.
Like, just because I almost feel like in the morning, like that sort of sets the tone to what's going to go down. And if I started out with it, that's like already positive way to start it out, you know.
You got it.
But sometimes as the day goes on, like, stuff starts piling on and happening to you, and then you're like, I have to do so many things, and then, you know.
It's easier to remember about an appointment in the morning as well. You know, if you're in the middle of your day, you might forget what time it is, especially with, I don't know if you guys are quarantined or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are.
Isabel, I want
trying
to
to
say, I want to really say thank you to you for entering into this like moment with such like full force, because Rachel is somebody I went to high school with, and my sister, obviously, you know, I mean, we've got a lot of deep karma, and my sister, but you know, and so it's really cool because you are really full force on board for in order, and that has to be true in order for you have to be attracted to meditate at this moment with us. And also, you know, it's obvious because of how present you are and contributing, and I'm really grateful and thankful for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
thank
I,
you so
you
much
just showed
for,
up as my Facebook friend like last week. Like Elizabeth, I don't
yeah.
know.
Oh, is
Like,
that right?
yeah.
I don't do that often, but I found you through someone somehow. I really don't add people I don't know too often, but
Oh,
sometimes
you
I
can
get
add
a
me.
feeling. Huh?
Aww.
Add me.
Okay, yeah, no, I want to express
Can add
gratitude as
you
well.
too.
I'm really grateful to be here. I'm definitely the type of person who will take opportunities as they come, and this is so much more than an opportunity to take. It's also an opportunity to give. One thing that I hope isn't too bothersome is I do have a habit of interrupting out of excitement. So I'll try to keep that to a minimum in the future, but I'm just really happy to be here with y'all.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Same. This is a great group, and we'll get it. We'll get it a little larger with positive people that also want to share, and this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That
Thank
reminds
you.
me. Would I be able to invite someone or a few people to the group? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That I
I'll
want,
do that too.
yeah, I want that group to be our, you guys can feel empowered to bring people into there, because the thing is, you know, you are like co-creators of this energy, of this vibe, of what's happening here, you know, because I'm doing this work by myself, alone, you know, every day.
Yeah, where are the kids? How come it's so quiet there? How'd you do
I
that?
know, isn't that great? No, so I got a teenager who's watching them. She took them outside, and she's
Oh,
having,
that's great.
yeah, she's having a picnic with him. Oh, you have your water. Let's do our final thing and wrap it up. Okay, guys? Let's grab our water.
I have one drop left.
Amazing! Which has been with us this entire time.
Yes.
And let's hold it between both of our hands. It's been
I know
very...
what it is.
Hi, Percy! You're so sweet.
How
Such a
cute.
sweet cat.
All right, sorry. Just wanted to say hi.
No, no sorries. And as we gaze into our water together now, acknowledging that this is the primordial life force from which all life sprung on this earth, asking and imbibing the energy for her to remember that, merging with that consciousness now, and bringing ourselves now to speak to the water directly. I say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, beautiful water.
And let's drink together.
Nice.
It's so special, isn't it? just water, you know? It's like, wow.
Or is it vodka? I'm just kidding.
The light
Is it
on my end is crazy right now.
I know, I
Totally.
see.
So
You were getting
beautiful.
some really
Oh
good sunbeams, Isabel.
I know. I started kind of playing with that when I realized it was happening. Check it out.
Oh, there we go. We get some more. We're getting some more.
Ooh!
One thing
Sunbeam.
I just remembered, good news, the time limit only applies if it's in a chat of 7 or more, I think.
Well, look at that. So maybe we'll stay under 7.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's either 6 or 7, so just forgot about that.
Well, now I know. Well, is there any final stuff anybody wants to say or share? So
Looking forward to it.
quick recap is that I'm gonna do this every Saturday at this time, the same time, and I'll send some links to follow up in regards to what we've talked about now. And you guys feel empowered to invite people to Children of Mama Earth group. And yeah.
I guess the only thing that comes to mind at your invitation would be that I'm always down to do like trades through the mail, be it herbs or, I mean, rocks are kind of expensive to mail, but herbs. I do
Like mail,
embroidery,
like post?
so.
Like you want, like you're talking about like posting, like mailing, like literally like mailing stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
If anyone ever has a need for example, hojas de aguacate, avocado leaves, that's something that doesn't grow in every part of the world, especially not Chicago, I think.
What are avocado leaves good for? Why would
Oh
these
my
Chicago
gosh.
girls want avocado leaves?
They're used a lot in medicinal tea preparations. So whether for postpartum or just nutritive healing, you may consider hojas. Or if you're just making like beans,
And you can put
sometimes
them in the
you use
beans?
epazote. You know, are you familiar with epazote?
I'm not really.
Oh, okay, well, gosh. This is my overgrown, only a couple stems growing, but down there you can see the baby ones coming in.
Oh, it's an herb. I've seen that in the Mexican grocery store, and I always wondered.
Yeah. So that's a really great thing if you're cooking beans, because it somehow chemically reduces the gassiness. So you won't.
So you don't have to use like baking soda, that nasty stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because normally they put baking soda to do that, but it's like so hard on your system. So the
I've never heard of that. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Or no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sodium bicarbonate. Yeah, that's baking soda.
Yeah.
But all right, I think I hear the teenager here. I think she's like, because the gate's been locked. So I think I heard her like, Angie.
Oh, it's hilarious.
See you later. Thank you so much.
It was fun.
Look at the
Oh, look at baby! I
This
get a
one?
baby face!
Other girl. The other girl on the
Oh, so cute! Oh my gosh, what a cutie! Aww.
Precious. Oh, I am gonna go because I have a loud plane overhead and I gotta get to the bathroom. But thank you all so much. It's amazing to
Thank
meet
you guys.
Bye.
See you next time.
you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.